Wait, Hallie.
I hear Yuri calls me from behind, stopping me in my tracks just a couple steps away. Yes?
Why did you come to the library?
Huh? What do you mean?
Oh, never mind.
What an odd question to ask. Regardless, I hold up the book I was about to check out for her to see. I figured I'd get something on my own to read during the club's off time. I didn't want to bother you by asking for a book constantly.
It didn't bother me at all. Herb. I'm sorry,
It seems just about everyone in the club is as weird as Sayori. I guess it can't be helped. Enough apologizing. I understood what you meant. I wouldn't mind reading the Portrait of Markov again. I enjoyed it. I say that last part without giving it much thought, yet it seems to calm her stuttering anyway.
I'm pleased to hear that. If you wouldn't mind, I have another question.
Go on.
I'm sorry if this is out of the blue, but what do you think of Natsuki?
Natsuki? Oh yeah, I think she's alright. Hot-tempered, but still a well-meaning person, I guess. From what I gathered, most of her attitude appears to be due to her self-consciousness. Whether that includes being called cute or even judging her literary preferences, she always seems quick to go on the defensive. My guess is that those are common occurrences for her and that her behavior is something she's simply been conditioned to have over time. I see a shocked expression appear on Yuri's face as I wrap up my last sentence, as if what I'd said wasn't something that would have been immediately apparent.
Conditioned? You don't mean to imply she's being bullied, do you?
As you can tell, I'm not her. I can't exactly say or know for sure what that reason may be. Although if you care to play the guessing game, I suppose it wouldn't be so out of left field to assume that's the case. I watch as the shock on Yuri's face grows concerningly more worried. Was what I said really that surprising? Whatever. Maybe I'm just misinterpreting things. Yuri has known her for much longer than myself. Forget what I said. I've only known her for a few days at most, not to mention how little I've actually spoken with her. I'm sure you know your friend better than I do.
I'm not so sure if I agree with you.
Huh?
Natsuki and I have known each other for well over a few months now, yet I've written off her consistently negative behavior as complacency, unwilling to expand her interests or grow as a writer. Every time I tried to give her advice, she would lash out as if I was disapproving of her entire writing style. Admittedly, it's not my cup of tea, but I never meant for her to feel that way. Natsuki's relationship with the others is remarkable. I've witnessed firsthand how much their guidance has had an impact in her writing. I just wish she shared that same sentiment with me.
I see.
Hallie, you've known her for so little time, and yet you already have a greater understanding of her than myself. Which is why I'd like to ask something of you.
Me?
Could you please tell Natsuki that I only wanted to help her, and that I truly regret the things I said to her? You can talk to her better than I ever could. So please, could you...
Absolutely not.
Huh?
Tell her yourself. If you truly regret what you said, that is. Yuri doesn't offer up any sort of confirmation, not by her words or her expression. The silence even allows me to discern the murmurs of a couple students just across the room from us. I ignore them at first, but what they say catches my attention.
That student looks exactly like the person Akiko told us about.
Yeah, but what is he doing with that girl? What does that mean?
What are they on about? I turn over to them and they quickly turn away in response. Why do I even bother? Look, I should really be getting to the club now. I'm already late and I still have this to check out. If you want to patch things up, then I suggest you come with me to the club. It's up to you to take the initiative and talk to Natsuki. Well, see ya.
You're right. It's only been a day since we've known each other, and yet here I am pushing my problems onto you. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be selfish.
As long as you recognize it. If you're uncomfortable facing the problem head on, your friends will be there to assist you. Yuri nods her head, a smile forming across her face.
Thank you, Hallie. I'm truly sorry for taking up so much of your time. Whenever you're ready, we can head to the club room.
Then come on, let's go. I head over to the front counter to have the book checked out, and with Yuri following closely behind, we make our way over to the club soon after.
So, does it all sound good?
It all sounds good to me, Monica.
Yeah, this is gonna be so fun! I can hardly wait! Then we have ourselves a plan. And thanks for the ideas, you two. I don't think I would have come up with anything creative if I were on my own.
Don't sweat it. That's why you got us. We're always happy to help.
Ooh, maybe I can make you our vice president.
I'm still new to all this literature stuff, Sayori. Outside of creative directory, I don't think I'd be all too useful. It's probably for the best I remain as a normal club member, anyway. I wouldn't want to make the others feel isolated.
I guess you're right. Speaking of the others, we should let them know about our plan for the event once they arrive. With exams on the way, we won't have many days to set everything up. It's best they're aware ASAP so they can plan accordingly.
You seem once like they're going to be here today.
Out of the blue, Natsuki joins in on our conversation from across the room. Surprising how she was able to eavesdrop on us from all the way over there.
Half an hour's already gone by and they still haven't shown up. We might not even be able to talk with them before the event.
That's not true. We still have plenty of time before then. It's not until Halloween, right? That means we have the rest of this week and next to check up on them.
If they don't come tomorrow, then we won't be able to hold a meeting till the exams, you know.
But... She's right. The school won't allow any club to meet during exam week, or Friday for that matter. However, I do have Yuri's and Hallie's numbers, so there won't be any issue in contacting them, Natsuki.
Even if you do, who's to say they'll be willing to prepare for the event when they can't even show their faces in the club?
Well, it's likely that Hallie had something to come up and just couldn't make it today. As for Yuri, I'm sure we'll be able to have a talk with her by tomorrow. You have my word, Natsuki.
If that's the case...
Natsuki heads to the back of the room and grabs her backpack.
I'll see you Thursday then.
Oh, wait, Natsuki!
What is there to wait for, Sayori? They're obviously not coming today. Unless they were to walk in right now, we wouldn't have enough time to do anything anyway. So see ya!
Natsuki strides towards the clubroom door, only for it to open right in her face.
What the? Off! Hey, watch where you're going!
Were we in your way?
Oh, it's you! Of course you're coming in some way. Well, wait, we?
Hello, Natsuki.
Natsuki stands frozen in place. I can almost swear her face grows a little more pale. No more than a few seconds later, she scoffs while retreating back into the closet.
Yuri!
And Sayori instantly runs up to Yuri, catching her off guard with one of her signature hugs.
You're okay!
Of course, why wouldn't she be?
Thank goodness you two showed up. We were starting to worry.
Yeah, where were you guys? Just down in the library. I was searching for a book to read during my free time and happened to find one that piqued my interest. He opens his backpack to pull out a large novel with a navy blue cover. Geez, it's gotta have at least like 500 pages? Did Yuri help you search for that book? That thing looks massive. No, I chose it at random. Quite an efficient method, I'd say. Saved me the time of checking every synopsis of every book on the shelf. So, how did you find Yuri? Oh, I ran into her by pure happenstance. She was at the library like I was, and we had a lengthy discussion there, which took up a lot of our time. But she decided to follow me to the club afterwards, as you can see.
A lengthy discussion, huh?
Ha! And here I thought you were after Sayori. No, it's nothing like that. He says this with the straightest face, like it's something he'd never even consider. Monika and I can't help but both chuckle a little at his response. She had some words to say about Natsuki. You can probably connect the dots.
Oh, really? What did she have to say?
Ask the girl herself. She's right over there. He points to Yuri, who looks to have finally freed herself from Sayori's forceful grasp. I'd say you guys have some catching up to do with her, especially with Natsuki's reaction. So I'll leave you to it. Right, thanks, Hallie. Hallie moves past us, sitting down at a nearby desk. It's so weird talking to another version of me.
He's just as social as Yuri, huh? No wonder they get along so well. Or got along so well.
I don't blame him. He's the kind of guy who marches to the beat of his own drum, but I'm sure he'll open up to us in no time.
Of course.
Monika and I soon bring our attention to Sayori and Yuri, who were in a conversation themselves.
Oh, sorry, I can't believe I passed right by you. I really need to start playing hide and seek more. I don't think that's...
Yo, sup, you two?
Oh, Eli, Monika. Is everything alright, Yuri? Yes. if you still need more time.
They've gotten better about their auto-ending text boxes, but sometimes they still end just a little too early.
If you still need more time, you can...
Yuri confidently shakes her head in disagreement.
No, I would like to apologize. The club as a whole was burdened by what I've said, not just me. It only would be more selfish of me to delay the apology for any longer.
You're not selfish, Yuri. Arguments happen, and it's not like you were more in the wrong than Natsuki was. If anything, the two of you should apologize to each other more than us.
But... yeah, you girls delve into some pretty personal territory with each other. We appreciate the apology, but it's Natsuki who needs to hear it most. It's just like how Holly said it'd be.
Huh? I didn't catch that.
Nothing. Thank you. I'm sorry. It's okay, Yuri. There's no need to apologize for that.
Yeah, exactly. Although, I think it's about time we poked the bear that is Natsuki.
Yes, let's.
The four of us head over to Natsuki, who takes notice of our presence immediately. Yuri approaches Natsuki directly with an admirable amount of confidence. However, she seems to have underestimated her own nerves in the process.
Natsuki,
Yuri, hey!
Guys!
The atmosphere between them is tense to say the least, but not to mention awkward. We make several attempts to lead them in the right direction, but they all fall short. No matter what we say, they just won't budge. This goes on for about a minute.
Before Yuri's gaze fixates just past us.
Pardon me. It doesn't take long to realize she's looking right at Hallie, who's been spectating us from afar. What are you looking at me for, Yuri? Don't you have something to say to Natsuki? I barely have any insight on the situation. I'm not a reliable crutch, but your friends are. If you didn't mean what you said to her, then there shouldn't be any hesitation to apologize. Same goes for you, Natsuki. He just lays it on him. The silence in the room doesn't waver, at least not until the sound of Yuri clearing her throat breaks it.
I'm sorry, Natsuki. Everything I said about you, having a toxic personality, dressing and acting cute, being immature, I didn't really mean any of it. I wasn't feeling like myself that day, and I unfairly took all of my frustration out on you. So once again, I'm sorry.
Yuri's sudden apology seems to shock her, and quite frankly, every other one of us.
Jeez, why'd you have to go and get all mushy about it?
Huh?
Look, I was the one who said worse things to you, Yuri. It was me who started the whole argument in the first place, too. If anyone is to apologize, it should be me. So I'm sorry. Sorry I called you names. Sorry I escalated things the way I did, and I'm sorry I made fun of your boobs.
Natsuki, I think you'd have left that part.
My point is, I didn't really mean any of those things I said. I was just mad, like you. I felt as if my work was being scrutinized and picked apart piece by piece. But I'm over it now, so... Can you accept my apology?
Hold it. You girls have been doing great so far, but I think that's a topic we should dwell on further. Natsuki, I want to tell you, or I want you to tell her what you said to me at lunch.
Huh? But
You have to realize just how far the argument went, Natsuki. An apology is a great start, but there's more to be said to prevent this from happening again. The both of you have always been complete opposites. You girls almost never talk to each other outside of our group events. It's not enough to apologize for all you've said. I want you two to be friends. And being friends requires the two of you to understand each other. You said yourself that it was an issue. Isn't that right, Natsuki? Natsuki sighs as her gaze remains fixed on the ground. She eventually speaks up with a tinge of guilt in her voice.
yeah. Hey, Yuri. Would you ever mind not judging my poems so harshly?
Huh?
What I mean to say is that it feels like no matter how I write, it isn't good enough for you unless it's written exactly the way you like it. Your writing style's so much more elaborate than mine, and I've tried to take in some of your advice, but it always feels like you have something negative to say about it.
Natsuki,
I just want you to accept my style for what it is, Yuri, and to understand that it won't change anytime soon. I'm not you, nor will I ever be. That's all.
Yuri takes a moment to absorb her words. She does so for much longer than anticipated, and the anxiety of how Natsuki went about sharing her sentiments quickly sets in. Thankfully, all my worries are set aside as Yuri finally breaks the tense silence.
I never meant for you to feel as though I was belittling your work, Natsuki. My intentions were only ever to help you. I just wanted you to see the greater scope of what literature has to offer. But in doing so, I seem to have forgotten to take your perspective into consideration. If you wish me to not criticize your work, then I won't.
What?
What? Hold on.
No, that's not what I meant, Yuri. Your criticism has been a huge help to me in many ways. It's just... It feels like whatever help of yours I do take in, you never acknowledge.
Oh, I see. I've actually noticed a lot of improvement for you ever since we first shared poems, Natsuki. Maybe I was focusing too much on the technicalities and didn't give you enough credit for your efforts at the time. I apologize for making you feel unappreciated. That was never my intention.
Yuri. I need to apologize as well. I was so caught up about it that I just couldn't see your criticism for what it was. You were only ever trying to help me, and yet here I was yelling at you. This is a literature club. I should know better. So for that, I'm sorry.
Yuri smiles softly.
I accept your apology, Natsuki. If you ever feel that I'm being too harsh, please don't hesitate to tell me. We're not just here to help each other grow as writers, you know. We're also friends.
Here you go again, getting all mushy about it. But you're right, thank you.
Natsuki soon smiles in return, breaking the residual tension that was lingering within the room.